But yeah, I went there in 2005 for a CKY show and stayed in the Hotel Wacker on Wacker Street. It was, dude, $29 a night in the heart of downtown Chicago.
Damn.
Yeah,
You
it's
were in
that
a
bad.
bad part of town.
Yeah, very bad. Well, like the House of
Jeez.
Blues is right around the block.
So I don't think I got anywhere near that street,
But it's
man.
crazy because it's only like a block away from like city center. It's weird, like where we stayed, but it was $29 a night. Well, maybe not city center, but it's pretty fucking close.
I don't
Like it's close to the majority, like the House of Blues and like that.
How
Harry
far
Carey
were you
place.
from the bean?
The Bean?
The giant reflective bean? Because like,
Oh, that thing. I don't know,
figured
'cause we
that's
didn't go
somewhere
there.
near the middle of town, right?
Yeah, I mean it was pretty close to it, I'm sure,
Well,
because it wasn't that far from the House of Blues, and House of Blues isn't exactly on the outskirts.
I don't know. We might have been like 20 minutes away from that, like with Chicago traffic. So I don't know how far that is.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty much, I mean, right in the middle of all the skyscrapers, you know? But yeah, and, dude, it was fucking run down as shit, and, oh, man, yeah, and I ran into this guy up there that used to harass me here in Richmond. Like, I don't even know where to begin with this guy. I could have swore I told it on this podcast, but it must have been on the other one.
Dude, I have poor memory. There's a chance that you did.
Well, basically, the gist of the story is I was living in this apartment in Richmond. This was even before I moved to Cleveland. Well, obviously, it was prior to 2005. So, it was probably around 2004, beginning of 2005-ish. This guy, out of nowhere, like I was waiting on a ride one day because my car was broke down. And I was out in front of my apartment, and this dude comes walking up out of nowhere, this tall black guy, listening to some fucking headphones and a portable disc player. And, yeah, portable disc player. It was that long ago. No, what an MP3 player, kid.
That was the turn. That was when iPhone was coming out.
Yeah. So, basically, he bummed a cigarette off of me and did the usual fucking, you got any change bullshit. And he was talking about how he just gotten here from Chicago, and he was staying with his sister, lived up around like a block away from me, and yada yada. Ended up telling him I was a DJ, so he was like, "Oh shit, dog, you gotta burn me a CD." I was like, man, I guess I could sometime, man. Just tell me what you want. He's like, shit, you the DJ, man. You pick it out. So I was like, all right, man. So I ended up burning him a CD, and like he would come by like every other day or so and be like, hey dog, you burned that CD yet? And like just knocking on my door, and I'd never let him in my house, like I never, but he would come every other, and finally I burned him the CD, and he was cool. I didn't see him for like a week, and then I get a knock at my door, and there's this little white dude that's shorter than I am and chubby, and he's like, hey dog, I forget the black dude's name, but he was like, the black guy was with him, he was like, hey man, this my little homie Bling Bling. Bling bling.
Bling bling now.
Yeah, and that was okay. Yeah, so this happened before that time. He introduced me to Bling Bling like a few days before this. I remember that now, because this next time Bling Bling was by himself. This day he knocked on my door. I was like, "What up, Bling Bling?" And keep in mind, I never really talked to these people more than like just really short, small talk conversations.
2-minute conversations.
Yeah,
Just like,
I'd never
"Hi,
let him
how's
in
it
my house
going?
or
Good
yeah.
to see ya."
Yeah, so like he's like, "Hey man, can you give me a ride to Rockcastle County?" It's like, "Fuck what?" I was like, "Why? I don't even know you." He was like, "I know, man. It's not that far away. I just need to get there." I was like, "Dude, I'm not fucking no. I'm not driving to Rockcastle County." Like, so he didn't put up an argument. He was like, "All right, man, all right." And then I got to worry. I was like, man, these motherfuckers are going to slash my tires or come in and kill me in the middle of the night some night. But anyways, then on New Year's Eve, it had to have been New Year's Eve, like 2005, like 2004, turning into 2005.
Right.
I was waiting on a ride to go to a New Year's Eve party because I dropped some acid and I wasn't about to drive. So I was getting a ride to this New Year's Eve party. And I get a knock on my door. I assume it's my ride. So I'm like, oh, sweet. And I'm tripping balls. I open the door, and it's that big black guy. And I just went into, I was like, in my brain, it happened in a fraction of a second, this whole decision that I came to. But I was tired of the guy fucking with me all the time. Like, I he just didn't seem like the kind of person I wanted to be friends with.
Right.
He was obviously a crackhead. You know, I mean, he was always asking for change and CDs and all kinds of shit, and he was always smoking a crack pipe. Obviously a crackhead.
Yeah. You know, the first one's all you have to say to prove your point. So,
but so like I just wanted him out of my life. So in my fucking slowed down consciousness, like Matrix-like ability that the LSD provides you if you ever partake, I decided I was gonna get rid of this guy. So just instantly, he was like, "What up, dog?" He wanted to come in or something. His sister threw him out of the house or something for getting too drunk. I don't know, but I was like, "Oh man, I'm waiting on a ride to go to a party." I was like, "But if you want to come in, shit, I don't know how to say this, but I killed my girlfriend, and she's in the bathtub right now, and I'm trying to really figure out what I got to do with the body."
Did you really say that to him?
Yes. His face, like, just like, his eyes got really big, and you could tell he was like, is he serious? Or, cause dude, I mean, I'm a pretty good actor when I want to be, you know? And, so he was like, all right, dog, well, I'm gonna get out of here. Just didn't even worry about, like, trying to, like, just whatever, I'm out of here. And, so then, like, a few minutes later, my ride came. But anyways, that story ends there. The story picks back up when I go to the CKY show in, the summer. That following summer.
But that could have backfired, though, man.
Dude, I was tripping. I didn't give a fuck.
But he could have been like, yo, dog, I know exactly what to fucking do in this situation. Let's fucking hit it. I gotta call my friend.
Well,
though.
I mean, my plan for that was just to be like, nah, dude, I'm kidding. I'm about to leave. I don't have time to hang out. But like, I didn't think he would take me seriously. I was just, that was just like the first thing that came to mind. I was like, here, I'm gonna see if I can scare him away.
All right, man.
Because I figured like all the times before when I barely made conversation with him and I kept our conversations short, and I was like, hopefully he would get the hint that I don't really want to be friends with him, but he just never did. So it's like, well, at that point, I was like, maybe if I scare him, or just make him, like, think that I'm not somebody he would want to hang out with. So, but then I was like, well, if he's cool with that, then I guess I'll just be like, nah, man, I'm playing. I'm just waiting on a ride, and I don't really have time to hang out. I was just fucking with you, just shit like that. But, I mean, I guess he thought I was serious, or he was like, this guy's too stupid. Maybe I shouldn't be hanging out with him.
Right.
But anyway, so.
It worked.
Yeah. I never saw him again until CKY in Chicago, 2005, that following summer. Me and Glenn are walking around the city just fucking bullshitting. We had like a day to kill before the show. And we're just looking for some place to go eat. And we run into this black dude on the street. And he was like, hey, man, y'all looking for something? I was like, yeah, we're looking for something to eat, man. And he was like, he told, like, dude, that's the good thing about the fucking homeless crackheads in Chicago. They know where everything is. Like, if you give them $1, they'll be your fucking tour guide. So, like, he was like, yeah, no, there's a Hooters right here, and there's McDonald's over here, and there's a sports bar here, and all this shit, and, like, told us all the streets and how many blocks they were and where they were and shit. So I was like, cool. And he was like, oh, shit, I see my homies over there. I gotta get going. He starts walking across the street, and I look at his homies, and one of the dudes stood out to me, man. The fucking center dude that was standing amongst these other three guys. He was right in the center, and he was the tallest one. We locked eyes, man. His eyes got wide as fuck.
He said, get the fuck away from him, man.
It was one of on the other side of the street. He didn't say anything, but I know he recognized me. I just fucking waved at him and walked off, and I'm like, man, in his mind, did he think I'd come looking for him? He was like, man, I'm the only one he told about this dead girlfriend.
I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, dude. So that's my Chicago story.
He probably left Richmond that fucking night that you told him that.
Probably.
He's like, sis, I know you mad because I'm drunk, but I'm out. I'm leaving. I gotta go.
So yeah, I mean, that's what acid will do to you, kids.